Hi, good evening to you. Another little quick video here for GirdysGGs.com. It's a very quiet week when I'm talking to you. I'm doing this on the Monday evening. There's really not a lot to get excited about this week at all coming up. So my mind has started to wander already a little bit to York and the old Ebor festival coming up next week, Wednesday through Saturday. I'm not going to try and go for the Ebor handicap this evening. Was there 67 runners still in it? I'm going to put that on the back burner for a day or two before we start doing our braining, trying to pick the winner for the Ebor. What we can do, perhaps, is look at the Group 1 action that there's going to be over the 4 days up in the Knavesmire. The first race, of course, being the Juddmonte International Stakes. Mile and a quarter, the half a furlong. Crystal Ocean is the favourite as it stands at the moment. Rightly so, I think you probably got to say, let's be honest, Enable's obviously not going to go for the Juddmonte. She ain't lining up in that. So it's very hard perhaps to see past Crystal Ocean, certainly on all known form at the moment. What I suppose you've got to do is look at any potential improvers. King of Comedy is going to come here. Didn't go out to France at the weekend, gave that race a miss and comes for the Juddmonte instead, stepping up obviously in trip from the mile that he's been running at. Could be interesting, you know, if he stays, he's going to be there or thereabouts, only let's be honest. And of course then Circus Maximus as well, the other 3-year-old is likely to show up. Of course beat King of Comedy at Ascot last time. And has won at the trip. He did win the listed D stakes, didn't he, at Chester, although a mile and a quarter at Chester, not the hardest mile and a quarter patch of the world to get, but you know, he has won at the distance. So them two, getting the 3-year-old weight for age might give Crystal Ocean something to think about. You know, I'm going to have a little look at the race a bit more in depth as the week goes on. But there's 3 perhaps to just make a note of if you think of having a bet in the Juddmonte. I've already mentioned that Enable, she does not go for the Juddmonte International. What she will go for is the Yorkshire Oaks. Looks like a penalty kick, doesn't it? Let's be honest. But having said that, you know, I can't blame Gosden and Connections for doing what they're doing. You know, a mile and a half is a game. You know, I know she won the Coral Eclipse sort of on her seasonal bow. But it's a pretty tough mile and a quarter at Sandown now. Now she just won the King George. There's no reason to go back to the mile and a quarter. You know, it doesn't play to her strengths. Why do it? It's all about the arc, obviously, on the 6th of October anyway for her this season. It makes perfect sense. This race, the Yorkshire Oaks, it sits lovely in the calendar. Show up, probably win hard held. And then it's all about, obviously, Longchamp, as I say, on the 6th of October. Naturally, she's going to be unbackable at York, but you can still get 11 to 10 in places about her for the arc. And if I'm being honest, don't bother backing her for the Oaks, but I'd probably nick a bit of that 11 to 10 if I was you, if you ain't on her already for the arc. The Nunthorpe is, of course, the big race on the Friday, and that monkey Batash at the moment heads the betting lists. I say when I'm talking to you here on the Monday night, so I'm a good sort of 10 days out from the meeting starting. Yes, and right, you know, I've said it before, you know, when he's good, and you know, and he obviously romped home at Goodwood and this, that and the other, but, you know, I cannot back him. I cannot back him for love nor money. And more to the point, he's been beaten in Nunthorpe twice, and he's fair and square. The last 2 years, he's got turned over in this. I will not be going anywhere near the 5 to 2 that's being offered at the moment for him anti-post. Absolutely no chance. None of my money will be going on that. I'm not sure what I'm going to back in the race yet, if I'm being honest. 10 Sovereigns obviously is one that might be worth looking at if Buddy Doyle send it over. And they, of course, do get the weight for age as there's a 3-year-old there. Another one that's entered, it doesn't look like the Allsall run. Simon Christopher's already probably said he's going to go to the Prix Mornay, if anything. But A. Alley, right, 2-year-old, bundles of speed, obviously won the Norfolk, won the other race out in France recently. If they send it, right, it gets, let me just quickly tell you this, £24 off the likes of Batash. That's huge weight allowance, isn't it? That unlikely that the Allsall run. But A. Alley, keep your eye on it. Only due to carry 8 stone 1. So Frankie Dettori ain't going to be riding it. Sylvester de Souza can do that weight, and he has rode for Christopher a few times. So, you know, if suddenly you notice de Souza's name next to A. Alley for the Nunthorpe, I would suggest perhaps it's time to get on. But chances are that the horse is going to be going to France. That's where I am at the moment when it comes to the York Ebor Festival. Obviously, there'll be updates on the site, www.girdysggs.com. yeah, listen, hopefully the weather will get better. It's been tipping down the rain here all day today, and I think it's going to be raining most of this week, isn't it? With a bit of luck, it's going to be shining on the Knavesmire come next week. Listen, for now, guys, be lucky.